What is up, everyone? JD here. Got a new Kizer in today. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, we have a new Kizer here. This is the Shot. I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like this before. It looks like the scales have been brushed and painted. I don't know that it's a paint. It could be a coating, but it is a very unique design. It almost looks like copper, but I think these are aluminum. They certainly don't feel like steel. Yeah, they don't feel like steel. So I think it's just the finish that they've put on the aluminum. Looks like it may have gotten scratched a little in the past round. You do have a steel flat mounted fold over pocket clip, not reversible. Thumb studs for deployment and a front flipper. Good detent on there, nicely tuned. All right, so you're looking at 154 cm, and I would consider that a drop point. It's not flat like it goes straight along with the back of the knife. It kind of has a very, very subtle drop to it. Captive pivot, T8. Looks like T8 and T6 screws for the pocket clip. It is very well milled for relief cut on those full steel liners. You do have a hidden liner with a little bit of a lock bar cutout and good access. Even with that little bit of relief there, you can really easily, even with my large hands, get to it. Nice smooth action. Front flipper works really well. Looks like you can, yep, you can definitely reach around, and yeah, you can do a couple of different tricks with the deployment on here. Now, I will say, it is a very thin, gent-esque design here, so I will slip on occasion. If I don't grab the pocket clip right here, I will kind of slip or roll off of that. But that also has to do with the fact that it does have a nice, strong detent. I did do a little bit of cutting with this one, and it's okay. That steel pocket clip, I wish it would have been, because it does look like a gent's knife, that mill titanium pocket clip that they have that sits flush. I think this one here actually sticks out past the contoured scales and creates a little bit of a hot spot for me personally. But outside of that, comfortable. I don't feel the liners. You can choke up and ignore the cutout, and I can get a full 4-finger grip. It is very slicey. Kizer's 154 cm is second to none, honestly. I really do like the 154 cm from Kizer, just like I like their S35 Just an excellent steel, and it performs very well. Feels like tiny, yeah, very tiny bearings in the pivot here. So it is smooth, but it is not going to be a fall shut. It is going to be a shaker. Locked up solid, no up and down. If I really wrench, I can feel it start to bow, and I think that's just because it has the really small pivots. But you know, it's not meant to be a hard use or heavy duty work knife. This is just going to be something very discreet, slim, light carry it into the office, take it out on a date. Not going to be really something that stands out. Even with the pocket clip, it's going to be something that you can, again, throw in the pocket or in the pouch, and it's going to kind of disappear into it. Now, I can't use it on the Quick Draw XL. It's a little too long for that. I mean, you could, but it's going to stick out a little bit. It's not going to quite deep carry in there because of the length on that. All right, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. All right, so I don't have anything quite currently in my rotation that's very gent-esque in this size point, unless it's a modern traditional. So I am going to be using my Sibin here from Concept because it is close in size, not quite the same size, and my Mini Growler. My Mini Growler are going to be a little bit shorter, so this kind of falling in between, though I would say it is closer in size to that Mini Growler. Let's do a couple more. All right, I do have my Vault, which I think could flex into a gents because of its size. It's kind of more that bug out size. And then this definitely being more of like a budget friendly gents in my opinion. I like the thicker nature of the Nice Guy, and I like that dedicated forged choil because I can actually still get a full 4-finger grip. And I think closed up, it's very unassuming. Just a flipper tab, you know, doesn't look very tactical in my opinion. But I will say the Shot is 100% going to be a better gents style carry, but very similar in size to the Nice Guy. Let's grab the scale and check the weight on this one. All right, let's cut the scale on and check the weight on the Kizer Shot. coming in at 2.3 ounces compared to the Nice Guy, which is also 2.3 ounces. And just curious to see what the mini growler is, coming in at 2.3. So again, all a gent-esque lightweight carry, although I will admit this one to me is probably going to be better suited for that. It's a very slender office carry type design in my opinion. Let me get the scale out of the way and we'll go ahead and wrap it up. All right, guys, time for final thoughts and impressions on the shot. Very good fit and finishes on here. I will say, since I first started and were introduced to Kizer to where they are today, I really feel like even on their budget models, their fit and finish are really second to none. Their attention to detail on what they execute, for example, just like on the drop bear, you have captive pivots and captive standoffs, which I think from an ingenuity standpoint is really, really nice. I wouldn't go for this particular version of the shot, but I do like that I can get 4 fingers on here, be something I could open a box or some mail with. You know, if I had some loose string on a shirt or something like that, I wouldn't be opposed to pulling this out. I think it's a very, very polished, very nice finish. I'm not saying that this isn't an attractive build, it really is, but I probably would go something more plain Jane. I don't know what other versions they have out there of this one, but that probably what I'd go for, just something to dial it down a little bit, not so outlandish with the color. But I do think this is very nice looking. I don't know how durable it is. I don't know what may have happened here on that edge to take that coating off, so that is something that I would keep in mind and take into consideration. But they finished this to almost look like, in my opinion, like a cherry wood or something to that degree, where it almost looks like it's a wood finish, though it's aluminum scales. Very nice thumb stud and action. It's very, very smooth. This is more of a big hand issue than anything else for me with those thumb studs. I kind of slip off them a little bit sometimes, but when I reverse flick or use that front flipper, I can get a very good grip for those. That detent is dialed very nicely on this one. But when I go to hit that thumb stud, I do kind of feel the pocket clip moving on there. All right, if you're not familiar, I grade on a scale of 1 to 10. This is what I would consider budget-friendly materials. Steel liners, aluminum outer scales. I don't know what other materials there are at this recording. And then 154 cm, which I think is the upper echelon of a budget-friendly steel. But if you were to compare it to like an S30V, you were comparing it to like 20CV, M390, which is a little bit more common, even S90V. It's not going to hold an edge as well. It's not going to perform nearly as well as edge retention and strength and toughness and all of those, depending on which steel you're looking at. So budget friendly steels and materials cap at 7. Can't go any higher than that. I am actually going to go 5.8 on this one, just because it's really more an aesthetic thing. And then I do see that the aluminum, whatever coating they're using, already kind of scratched. So I am going to ding it a little bit for that. But it could have been somebody may have actually like drop this on concrete, and in that case that's going to scratch whatever the material is. The other reason that I am knocking down for this a little bit is just because it is a little bit harder for me to handle. This feels like it's more geared to somebody with small to medium hands. You can see I'm just, even though I'm trying to catch the hole there that's for the screws, I'm just slipping off so much trying to hold on to it. So for me, with the larger hands, I do deduct a little bit for that. But again, the fit, finish, build quality, and of course the price that you get Kizers at, I think are second to none. I think if you like this one and pick it up, you will be very happy with your purchase. I have no doubt about that. I'm very pleased to see where Kizer has come from where they are. And again, so I have the Militao, which is one of my favorite Kizers, and a small knife, the Nice Guy, which is one I actually really enjoy from them. I think this one is outstanding. Now, this is a bit of a hybrid because I like this linen micarta feel on this particular one, but it's a flipper only, and I'm really surprised by how much I like and use this particular model. So they have come a long ways, and I hope they continue to improve and become leaders of the industry in that marketplace. All right, let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated. If you're going to be doing any shopping, when you go down into the descriptions and use my affiliate links, it does help the channel. And a special shout out and thanks to my channel members. All right, guys, out of here. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.